Today I'm trying out the Trader Joe's chocolate croissants. So they come unbaked, and the direction just says just proof. So let it rise overnight and then bake, and they should come out like a freshly baked chocolate croissant. So let's see how they come out. Okay, here's the nutrition facts. Each croissant is 320 calories. That's pretty high calories, so I guess one should be enough for breakfast. It contains milk, soy, wheat, and it may contain traces of egg and almond. The directions are very simple. All it says is place frozen pastries seam side down, 4 to 5 inches apart, and then allow uncovered croissant to sit at room temperature for 9 hours overnight, and then see how they rise. So I've just taken them out of the box and put them on a baking tray with some parchment paper to let it rise overnight, and I'll see how they come out in the morning. It's been about 9 hours and the croissants have risen beautifully, and the house smells amazing. It smells like a bakery because of the yeast smell. So the croissants have risen like so high from how flat they were to where they are now. So now the only thing remaining is to brush the tops with an egg wash and then bake it in the oven for about 20 minutes. You don't have to brush it with the egg wash. I like to because it makes it like a nice deep brown color up on top. The crust comes out beautifully, but I'm going to make one without the egg wash so I can show you the difference of what it looks like with the egg wash and without. So this was so simple. Basically, to get bakery quality chocolate croissants at home, freshly baked, was pretty easy. I just took it out of the box last night, put them on the baking tray, and I just put a parchment paper. It just makes it so much easier to take it out. So I put parchment paper and then put the croissants on top and let it rise overnight. And now I'm going to bake them fresh and see what they taste like. Making an egg wash is fairly simple. It's just one egg. I have no water or anything, and I'm just kind of using a fork to combine the egg yolk and the egg white. And there you have it. That's my egg wash. And I have a pastry brush, so I'm going to use that. If you don't have a pastry brush, you can just put it with a spoon or even your fingers. So I'm going to take the egg wash. Here's my pastry brush, and just brush it on the croissants. And I'm going to do 3 of those and leave one blank, uncoated. It's coated nice and evenly. I also have the oven preheating at 350 degrees, which is what the package says. So again, these are going to be freshly baked croissants at home. I also have some chopped pistachios that I'm going to add to a couple on top, just because I want a little crunch. Normally I would add sliced almonds, but I don't have any today. So I'm just gonna try the pistachios. These pistachios are, again, I don't have the raw one today. So these are salted and roasted. So let's see how that tastes. So I have coated the 3 croissants well with the egg wash, and then on 2 of them I have sprinkled roasted salted pistachios, and then this one is just as is, as it came out of the package. And so this has just risen, but there's nothing added on top, or egg wash or nuts or anything. So I'm gonna see how each of them come out. All right, I put in the timer for 18 minutes and they look amazing. They look nice and crispy, so I'm gonna take them out. The house smells so amazing. Smells like a bakery. This is what it looks like. Right, so this is what they look like after I let it sit in the oven for about 2 minutes. When I'm looking at this, I think maybe adding the pistachio was not the right choice. Because the pistachios were already roasted, I think putting them on top kind of burned them. Luckily, I think I can just brush them off. Yeah. So I don't think, so they're burned. So again, I think if I wanted to add nuts, next time I would add raw nuts, so then they would get toasted. Here's the one that didn't have an egg wash on it compared to the one that had the egg wash on it. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to sprinkle some powdered sugar before serving. Okay, as a final touch, I sprinkled some powdered sugar just to make it look a little pretty, but of course it's not necessary. So again, the 3 different kinds. One is, this one is one with the egg wash and pistachio sprinkled on. This one is just the egg wash. And then this one was without the egg wash, baked as is. So it doesn't matter. I mean, they all look really good, except, well, the pistachio one looks a little burnt. The pistachios look burnt. But the egg wash with and without really didn't make that much of a difference. The one with egg wash was a little shinier, but if you want to save an egg, you don't really have to egg wash it. But they look really nice and crispy, and they look like actually better than what you would buy at like a bakery, you know, just a regular bakery. They look amazing. Let's see how they taste. Here is a side view of what the croissant looks like. Again, it's flaky, crispy, and you can see the 2 strips of chocolate peeking through. Let me break it open and see what it looks like inside. So breaking it apart, the croissant is very flaky, very nice layers. I guess that's where the calories come in, because it looks like a lot of nice buttery layers. And then the chocolate is spread from front to back in 2 strips, and it tastes amazing. So my review of the Trader Joe's croissants that you bake at home is, first, the review on the process of baking. Super simple. I mean, literally hands-on time is less than a minute. You take it out of the box, you put it on a baking tray and let it rise overnight, and then the next morning preheat the oven and let it bake. So really nothing. The only thing it didn't require, but the only thing I did was put an egg wash on. But if you didn't put an egg wash on, then it's just taking out of the box and baking it. Overall time, you do need to plan it ahead, because it does need to rise overnight, or, you know, few hours. So you can't just instantly have it. So that's the only, I would say, con, is if you're in a mood for croissant, you can't instantly have it. Taste, it's amazing taste. It's very flaky, crispy, nice and chocolatey. So taste is very good. So overall, it's a hit. I would definitely buy it again to indulge in once in a while. Not an everyday thing, because it is very high in calories, but once in a while, it's a nice treat to have at home.